What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another vlog with Noah's Vlogs. So in today's episode, we're going to do maintenance on my tractor behind me. I'm going to try to explain to you guys as much knowledge as I know about this, which is very little, but I've been doing research, and I'm going to show you how to do maintenance when you don't know what you're doing, because I really don't, but we're going to figure that out, because that's what I try to show you guys is how things that dealers want you to take things in for, that which you could do yourself for not that hard. So I'm in the middle of making a video on my John Deere maintenance, but I figure I'm going to do valve covers and some other maintenance to it. So I'm going to show that in that same video. But in today's video, we're going to do maintenance on this. I already cracked the drain plug loose. I'll show you where that is. I'll show you what I know, which is very little. This tractor has 117 hours on it. On the original oil that I got with it. This is a brand new tractor I bought. In the service manual, which these are nice manuals. Like, they're glossy, they got a nice cover on them. And this is for the front loader, which is the arm and the loader and all that, which I don't need that right now. This is for the tractor itself, which I need to fix this. But on here, which is going to be hard to see for you guys, but right there, that's greasing those three. So those are the three options for the engine crankcase. 3-liter engines, 3.3-liter engines, or a 4-liter engine. 4-liter engine takes 4.2 quarts. 3.3 takes 3.5 quarts, and 3-liter takes 3.2 quarts. Which I don't know where to tell how many quarts this engine is. I'm going to try to keep an eye on how fast it comes out and how fast it gets done draining. And then I'm just going to assume, I'm going to start with the smallest amount, which is 3.2, which is a good idea. If you don't know how much it takes, start with the smallest amount, because you can always add, it's harder to take. So, there's a whole bunch of numbers on here. This is a BX2380. The oil filter is simply right down here. That is the oil filter. Your drain plug is actually on the other side. Right underneath in the center, right there, that is your drain plug. So, the oil that I went with for this is a Shell Rotella T5 10W30 heavy duty diesel engine oil. Now in the manual it even says, where is it? Right there. It gives you a couple options, SAE 10W30, which is what I got, or 10W40 for in these weather conditions. I run it above 25, well, 14 right here in this range, which is what I'm running at, is a 1030. It's both the same for both of them, but this and the filter I got at our local Napa. I don't know what you guys would have in your towns. This is a Napa Gold. This is the highest quality filter they had, so that's what I got. It is a 1365. Let me get that drain plug out and we'll see how much oil comes out of this. Sorry if there's a little bit of a wind noise. I have to have my door open so my phone connects. But down yonder here, if we pull this, which I already loosened, hopefully it doesn't make too big of a mess. And that's the oil, which is not bad. You can still see it through it some, so I'm not too worried about it. It's really sludgy. I don't know if it's sludgy or if it's just got air in it. Which we're going to try to crack the top, the fill thing, and see if that lets more air down there. Actually pull the drain plug, what do you call it? So that is the drain plug right there. As it's doing that, where it's surging, I'm going to try to fix that by going over here and removing the dipstick, which is this one right here. And that should allow, yes, a constant smooth flow of oil, which in my case isn't good, because that's what I need to see. I'm going to set this right back in here. It's still draining quite a bit there. Like I said, I don't know nothing about doing any of this kind of maintenance. This is why I'm trying to show you guys that even though if you don't know what you're doing, it's not that hard to get your hands dirty and figure it out. This is something that I'm trying to show you guys, make videos on, so that you guys are less afraid to try it yourself. This, if you know basic stuff, most of the stuff that I show you guys is pretty simple. So I'm also going to try to show you guys and reading the manual greasing points. On here it tells you to lubricate them every 10 hours. I don't know if that's needed necessarily. The oil's slowing down now. But yeah, this is the original oil that I got with it, and I put 100 hours on it. And that's now when I'm about ready to change it. I know you should change it sooner. Actually, the manual should tell you. Where is it? I think it was one page back. It actually tells you how many hours you should change your fluids. Where is it? Maintenance, right here. So, engine oil is the very first one on this manual. Come on, sit upright. Engine oil is the very first one. If you go over here, every 200 hours, service the oil. Oil filter every 200 hours as well. I think that's a HST. I can look that up in here. I think that's a hydrostat oil filter. That's also 200 hours. Transmission fluid, change every 400 hours. Transmission strainer, every 400 hours. So basically this whole entire manual that comes with this tractor, as you can see, there's maintenance galore. And it basically will have change, replace, replace. So basically it has hours on here when you're supposed to do it. 50 hours is, I guess, the first one. Then it's got little check marks here, little circles that you can check at 200, 400, 600. But intake airline, it has engine breather hose, fuel system, fuse, light bulbs. It's all in here at dates every 4 years. All kinds of brake pedal adjust, all these information. Like I said, this is all stuff that you can do yourself and save yourself a lot of money by doing it yourself instead of taking it into a dealer. Like the Kubota dealer where I got this, for the first service they want me to take it in, I think at 50 hours, and they want me to pay $500 for maintenance. That's why I chose to go get the oil filter and oil at the local Napa, like I said, and I paid just under 50 bucks for it. So it's just dripping now, so I'm going to take this drain plug and try to find the hole and put it back in. And then we're just going to tighten this down until tight feels tight. Oh, there's my rag. But yeah, there's so much stuff that people let the dealers take advantage of by being like, oh, well, I can't figure it out. I'm going to just take it in thinking it's going to be hard. And that's why I'm here to try to explain to you guys. A lot of this stuff is not hard. A lot of this is easy. Like I said, this is the first maintenance I'm doing on this tractor. It could go another 100,000. Just pull that tight. It doesn't feel like a lot of oil in there, honestly. So, like I said, oh, I need to put this at the other side. I need to pull the oil filter now. So drain plug's done. throw this back in here. Oh, this is a 15, 14. So that drain plug is only a 14. If you guys were wondering. So I don't know how this filter is going to come off or what it's going to do. Oh, that hose is flexible. Well, it's new, so I guess it should be pretty flexible, but down here is what I'm trying to get at. Yeah, that's not going to come very easily. Give me a minute. I got tools for this. I'm not going to fight with things. I don't know what my oil filter thing though is going to be small enough for it. Yeah, no, it's not. Alrighty, I am back. So this is probably overkill, but I got my biggest pair of pliers ever. Yeah, that thing was on there. You're just gonna unscrew it, and it's gonna drain right into your bucket. Now, yeah, this one doesn't have any writing on it. Like I said, it doesn't really matter if you damage the oil filter coming out, because you're just going to replace it. So, let that drain a little bit more. Try to get as much oil out of everything as you can. As the more of the dirty oil you get out, the better, especially for the first oil change. This is the new filter right here. I'm going to take this old one, and I'm going to kind of compare them to see, make sure they're right size, right lip, everything looks good on them. And I'm going to take some of this old oil. Some people say you take new oil, and it doesn't really is necessary, but I've always lubricated them. Lubricate the seal when you're putting this new one on, and just put a new filter on, like so. And then don't put it on there laid in, but just get it on there nice and tight. Like I said, same thing when this one has to come out. I'll probably end up using the pliers again and just getting those done. But it spilled oil on this boot, which covers the power steering line, which is fine. I'll just take, you can't see what I'm doing, but down here there's a boot right here that goes over the steering shaft. That got oil on it, but it's converted. The filter, like I said, there's no writing on it. It's the original filter for it, which doesn't look bad at all. But like I said, where I damaged it, but I'm not worried about it. Somewhere into it. But yeah, now that that's done, it's been a decent bit. Now I gotta get something to go down and get the drain, which is way down in here. Or the fill. Sorry, not the drain. I gotta get a funnel. Hold on. Let me grab a funnel. I got funnels laying around. And just keep pouring a little bit in and checking your dipstick. And we're a little bit over now, which is fine, because now we need to check for leaks and then start it up. And the reason why we're going to start it up and let it run for a minute is because your oil filter doesn't always get filled right away. So when I start it up, the oil level might actually go below full. So it's fine if it's a little bit overfilled. I'll put that back on. And drop that funnel into the bucket. Like I said, we're going to check for leaks. Oil filter is right there. Does not appear to be leaking. Drain plug, you guys can tell me. It doesn't look to be leaking. So that's all good. So now what we're going to do is start it up. Probably going to be loud for you guys, but let's see. Okay, so I just let it run there for a minute. Doesn't need to be running that long. Again, your oil level might go down, so you don't want to let it run for hours. Well, not hours, but you don't want to let it run too long without checking. So there you go. It's right below the level, which I can top it off here and throw a dab more in it. And then the oil is changed. And that's as simple as that is. Again, I was actually going to take it in and have it done because I didn't think I'd have time or want to mess with this. I thought it was going to be too hard myself. But as you guys are seeing, it's not hard at all. It's literally all it's going to need, I think. And this oil is thicker than I thought it was. But again, if you're not afraid to get your hands dirty, I recommend doing this stuff yourself. I'm going to have to cut this video down to shorter, but if you guys would like to see a copy of that owner's manual, let me know and I could possibly copy it and put it in a Google document for you guys. Or maybe go onto the website and they might have it. But there's the oil at the perfect level. And it's dripping everywhere, so that's why I didn't hold it up too long for you guys. But the air filter I did just change. Or not change, but I did just clean it. This video is getting long. My camera's going to run out of battery before I even finish. So I'm going to hope that I have another battery in my truck. But in here, on both sides, in these little circles, I can't seem to get them clean. But both sides have grease zergs right there. There's a couple of them. There's one there. I think there's one down here underneath that pitman arm, which is dark, but there's one here. Right here. There's going to be one under here somewhere. Right here is a zerg right up in there. You can see that little nipple right there. There is going to be a zerg right here for greasing. Come on, camera, stay straight. Right here, which is on the ram for the center. There's going to be a zerg at the bottom, I assume. Yep. No, that's the bolt. Is there no zerg down here? Maybe there isn't. I thought there would be. I guess not. And then there's going to be the same on this side for the loader. And I'm going to look at the manual and see if there's any more. But let me grease those up. There's one there, one down there, one down there. That one. And I think that's all of them for the front loader. Let me grease them up and then I'll show you guys where the battery is and all that stuff's located. Alright guys, I am back. I'm going to show you real quick. If the camera cuts out and dies, I'm going to have to redo this. Just make sure you guys get it. There's a little threaded insert that screws in right here underneath the steering wheel. And in here is where the battery is actually located. Right there's the battery. This is the original battery I got with it. It's been 2 years. It's been decent. There is a screen back in there that if it gets clogged, you're going to have to clean it because that's where the radiator is and how the radiator breathes. Back here is how you check your hydraulic fluid with this. Oh, man. With this little one right here, which you need to have it running to check it accurately. But if I can tell you, it's at its proper level. So, yeah, that just goes in there nice and snug. Your fuel's right here. And your air filter has 2 clips that hold it. One on top, one on the bottom. I greased all the zergs. One clip here. and then one underneath here. And those come off, and this just drops down, and then your filter comes out. But like I said, I just cleaned it the other day. I did drive it, so it probably is dirty again. But that's as simple as that is. And then you just make sure that you got your arrows lined up with that arrow. Yes, there actually is arrows. One there, one there. You just gotta get those close, and then pull your bottom one, and your air filter's done. This is as simple as it is to maintain this tractor. There's not many zergs on it like I thought there was going to be. I think my mower has more zergs than this thing does. But that is how you maintenance a Kubota BX2380. If you guys have any more questions on it, let me know. I can post the manual on the internet if you guys are interested to see the manual for it. But it was not that hard. About 50 bucks, some grease, and it's done. If you want to change the air filter, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to look in the manual and see what it recommends for hours to change it. But as long as you do what the manual says, your equipment will last you forever. Trust me. Because that John Deere we've had since new in 2003. And it still runs and works like a champ. So, with that being said, if you guys did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe if you are new. This has been Noah's Vlogs, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out, guys.